Uganda Communications Commission. Issues at hand.
All right, good morning and welcome to COU Uganda Family TV. This is Issues at Hand, and you know every time when this clock ticks, we always get into the discussion of having matters that do associate with us in the community, but also things that do concern us as individuals. Now, today we are going into the business side of it, and we are proud to have someone from the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives, not just someone, but the Assistant Commissioner for Training and Business Skills Development. That is none other than Mr. Johnson Abitekaniza, and we are grateful to have him here. So you're going to get your pen and start noting down things that are going to be very, very impactful in your life, because just a statement itself can change your narrative of business. You could be doing business, but things are not working out. How can you maybe take a step? So just stay tuned and we get into the understanding of what what he has brought for us here. And specifically, we are going to be talking about business development services for growth and sustainable enterprises. So stay on, and of course it is my pleasure to introduce him to you. Good morning, sir.
Morning, Alnate.
It is a pleasure to have you here.
Nice to have me in this host of this program.
All right. So if you can start by greeting our people outside there.
Good morning, viewers out there, and I welcome you to this program. And I hope that whatever time we take in this program will add a seed into your way you manage businesses. I think.
How is the Ministry of Trade?
We are doing fine with all its various departments. You know, trade, industry and cooperatives.
Oh, yes.
It has a component of internal trade. It has a component of external trade. When the entrepreneurs are dealing with other countries, so those people are responsible. We have the people of industry who are responsible for industries. Then cooperatives is a department of its own, because you know this country is encouraging people to form cooperatives to work better, to leverage on the numbers.
Okay.
Then we have two other departments which are not in the name. One department is one for processing and marketing, and another one for business development and quality assurance, where I work. And those two departments are specifically having to have a focus on the micro, small and medium enterprises. You know, for this country to develop, we need to have a focus on the micro, small and medium enterprises, because they are the majority of the kind of businesses in this country.
Okay.
So they need to be given a hand and an emphasis for it to be able, for them to be able to contribute to the development we are looking at.
Okay.
And so we are saying, can they find a way of existing, but not just existing, but being sustainable and competitive.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Very interesting. Yeah. Let's take off our discussion and maybe start by understanding the business development services, if we can get into that now deeply.
Yeah, when a moderator, business development services, I want to use an example. One is when you have a human being, you have your muscles, you have the skeleton.
Yes.
But these things together, without the blood, do not work and function the way they should be. So even when you go to a hospital and they tell you have little blood, they will tell you have a problem. So for a business, there is this thing which is a lifeblood of the business. Somebody will bring equipment, put it there, bring materials, put them there. But there is that soft bit that puts this together, that enables it to be able to be efficient, enables it to be able to work well. That's what we call business development services. And therefore, in brief, to put it to the person in now the other way, is that business development services are the non-financial services that a business requires for its operations and competitiveness, because it impacts on its performance and the way they deliver the services. And for example, for the person listening to us out there or watching us, these are the issues to do with, say, record keeping, financial management, business planning, market access, the utilization of IT, and so you will find people, if you ask them what their problems are, what would it that is a missing link to make his company grow, he will tell you it's money.
Oh, yes.
And I would want to tell you, my brother, that at times, even if you have the money may not produce the efficient institution that you need. Okay. Then we have another category. People have gone out there to give only what we call financial literacy. And we end at financial literacy in bits.
Yes.
So, but we need to help these institutions to be able to have their processes in together and their systems. Because business development service is about what processes are you going through, what systems have you put in place to have your business sustainable.
Okay.
And so the other thing I would want to say is that business development services is for, at operational level, you need business development services. At strategic level, you need business development services. And therefore, you can't have a single basket for business development services for all of the businesses.
Okay, yeah.
You need to be tailoring. If your size is small, or if you are just starting, what type of business development services should you get? For example, if they are young people coming from university or they are in a certain village, I can put them down to think, then begin able to do, and then be able to see how these businesses are put in place. And the issue of innovation, how do we say, for example, if I tell the young people in your village to go into agriculture, and I'm telling them, go and invest in agriculture, they will tell you we don't have land.
Yeah.
But these young people have been in school,
Yes.
can be able to have the skills to add value, they can be able to do cleaning of the agricultural materials, they can operate stores, so they still have space around there. So I need to have that kind of BDS that enables them to think. Because the biggest other challenge we have in this country is people copying businesses.
Oh, yeah.
They see your business, he goes
they
to
want
it,
to start.
and at times by the level you are, there are things you have gone through, and somebody has not been able to learn how those things are.
Yeah.
So that's why we are saying out there, we need to help people to have business development services for the various categories of businesses at the different levels of growth, and also the value chains. The way I talk to the people in Bududa who are selling bananas, it's not the same way I will talk to the people in Cherhura who want to sell their milk. Maybe for them they want to go into value addition now.
Yeah.
And at times they may not know that if they went into value addition, they can make better money. And yet when I'm in Bududa, I say, yes, what are you using the bananas for? That we are only selling on the road. Therefore, if I can give them an idea on how they can turn it into wine, then they can be better off. They earn slightly better money. So we are looking at having BDS for the according to size, according to growth, but also we have business development services. We can also structure it in a way of what are you looking at. There's business development for the every other business. Everybody needs to formalize. So we need to offer that kind of business development service. How can we help them to register? If you are able to register and go to the Uganda Registration Services Bureau, what processes do you go through? After you have registered, what do you need to do? If for compliance purposes, are you filing returns? Or you have remained without filing returns, but the business is working and you are unable to exist because the other day they will remove you on the list.
Yes.
Then there are those people who are in value addition and they need certification. So we offer them business development services for certification. Except when I talk about that, obviously people know that it's a Uganda National Bureau of Standards that offers the certification. For us, we are like when you have a school and your name. For us, we teach. These people move and go and do the exams with UNBS. Because UNBS will see, have you done this right? Have you done this right? If you have worked with us earlier, you'll find that we shall have helped you to close the gaps that you will be looking out for. And so, most likely, you will not fail at first time. But if you just go there, you can easily fail. But also I want for the viewers out there, we are having issues with the way we are managing our businesses. That there are things that need to be certified, but there are those that may not be certified, but we need to have their quality maintained. For example, You have heard people asking us about issues of aflatoxin in the various places, even in the parliament and at different levels, even at the regional level.
Yes.
But who is the cause of that? The person picks maize and begins getting a stick to hit. He hits the maize to get to the kernels. The kernels are broken. In 1-2 days, they gain aflatoxin. And you can't remove aflatoxin from that maize. Because have you ever cooked a food at 400 degrees centigrade? Or if you cooked it at 400, would you be able to eat it? It will be beyond ash. So, and therefore, we need to maintain, we need to manage the quality of the things we have, even those that are not going up to the National Bureau of Standards. This morning, I don't know whether I know you came to work straight, you may not have gone to the market to buy tomatoes.
Yes.
But you go to the market to buy tomatoes and you find them, the color is not, is that color maroon or red of a normal tomato? Whatever it is, could be red. But you find when it is yellowish of the kind. Because in the morning somebody put mancozeb on it, and that's a chemical. You reach home, some people eat these tomatoes fresh.
Yeah.
So
that's right.
how can we ensure that we sell to people nutritious and safe foods that the person will eat and will not get sick? Look at the people who are doing grain milling. It's a requirement that they should have magnets there. Some of them do not put them there. And the person of National Bureau of Standards may not be at every grinding mill to begin saying, you people, you have put this, you have not put the magnet. But all those are into the marketing, the management of the business. So we are saying, how can we manage these businesses? Look at another situation. Every kind of business has human resource it uses. And if the human resources do not have a proper culture that you are having, that for me in this business, say for at Family TV, for us maybe every morning we must begin to pray, we make our strategy, we make everybody understand why we exist.
Yes.
So that shows you that business development services can go to the level of even human resource management. How do you advise people to manage their human resources? We are having business development services for people to prepare themselves into export. If you're going out of the country to export your products, what kind of documentation do you need?
Okay.
What kind of market intelligence do you need? Do you understand the customs procedures? What are the tax requirements for you to get there? I know as we say all of this, people begin maybe out there may to be saying, no, this Johnson has gone at he's talking high level. But I know most of us, even the small traders out there, they are selling their things to outside the countries, even in smaller quantities. You know, we have been counted to be selling by samples. You have passion fruits, you want to take one basket, you want the person in Goli will be taking cassava in one bag, the next Thursday he takes, but if you're not taking quality things, but a moderator, you will find it a problem. So that's why we are saying, can we guide people to be able to compete and be sustainable? I know we have had a challenge of businesses here which have not been able to see more than one generation of the people who started it. So we can have business development services that help people to do succession planning, to involve, and that means you must work on a whole system of the business, not just making a presentation of one day. And you say somebody is going to do proper succession planning for his business. So that's why we are saying
actually a very big challenge.
Yes.
If the founder or the proprietor of the business goes off, the business also follows. Why has it become a challenge? Why does it continue to happen?
It continues to happen because there are certain things we have neglected along the way as we begin the businesses and as we operate them. Because if we have not set proper culture, proper systems, because the systems of most of our businesses are dependent on the individuals who are running them. And so that's why it becomes a problem. That when the system run around you, you have seen of recent, I don't know why, in the last 2 or 3 years, there's a time when somebody is just there, you just get switched off. You find the person is not dying, the person is not healthy, but is unable to make decisions for his business. And you see the business automatically beginning to go down, implying that if the systems were on, this business would even continue when you are even when you are not well. But even when you are well and still alive, you see the business going down. The other thing you may attribute it to is the strategic plan for this business and the business plan for this business is in your head as a single person. It's not documented anywhere.
documented, yeah.
I have given people an analog of a laboratory. You know, when you go to a clinic, they pick your samples, they go and deal with it without you knowing the process they are going through.
Yeah.
And at the end of the 20 minutes, 30 minutes, somebody comes and says, oh, you go and see the doctor. The doctor picks the results and says, hey, please, we have found this in you. Now, for the business, the strategic plan and the business plan doesn't need to work like a laboratory will do. Because for you, if you have a business plan, today, if you are unable to think for it, nobody will know where you want to take this business to.
Exactly.
Because, for example, we are through business development services, we are telling people, can you determine your vision, your objective, your strategic goal? Let it be clearly documented. Then define how you want to get there, with what resources. If they are clearly documented, even if you are not well to read for people every morning, people will carry on. Then put strategies for monitoring how you are going to ensure arrival. How are you monitoring that you are reaching your destination? If you are moving from here to your village and you are seeing that post of a milestone, which is reading maybe 70 kilometers, what does it ring in your mind? Am I moving slow? Is this a time I had planned to? Is it, do I increase speed? But is there rain or the road is bad that I'm unable to reach in a good time? Now, even in the business, you need to have those things clearly documented and have times when you sit and say, yes, I have reached here, what am I doing? So I would want to say, we want to ensure that people out there understand that they need that advice at every one point. I know as we say that, people out there will say, yes, you're advising us on this, but whenever we become formal, the taxman is on our head. When we become formal, the various institutions are knocking. But we need to guide the people to understand. But some of them fail to comply just because they don't know, or they have some fear of taxes. He fails to register, fearing taxes. And tomorrow when any other institution comes around him, he's unable to do what? To defend himself. Even by the way, for Revenue Authority, if you had proper records and you can prove that really in this year I didn't make profits, or I made profits up to 10,000 shillings, then they will see, yes, if somebody has made 10,000, it's the truth, what kind of tax would this person pay? At times he may not be supposed to pay. So at times people don't know all that. And business development services is supposed to cover all that.
Okay.
The issue of standards, as I've told you, look at the places we go to in these restaurants to have breakfast, lunch or so. How are they being managed? The human resources there, how do they refer to discuss with people? How do they manage? I was giving somebody an example yesterday about when we go to garages. You go to the garage and the mechanic calls a young boy, for them they say, Gondi, oyo mwana tuletere spanner number 17. Mwana namale dakika 5. Tanakola ki? Tanakoma. Just because banonya spanner in the whole garage. They have not arranged properly. And we have anyone to manya. So you find there is an issue there.
Yes.
So we need to have those systems. Because those systems bring efficiency. Even it helps even our human resource not to break down. Don't have people who are asking for health leave several times because of the systems you have in the institution. I have told you about the issues of standards, which are part of the quality assurance and business development services.
Yes.
How do we ensure that what we are producing is of quality? Because the market out there, if we have to contribute to the growth of this economy, we need to have good quantity of things we produce. The quality must be good, and then we must have consistency of supply. And that means we should also have proper contracts. Now, how do we do negotiations? Bobo genda kuza omuntu anything. Which is consistent trading with him. How are you making the contracts? Today we are telling people, begin going into export trade. How do you go there? what kind of contracts are you making? What kind of agreements? Have you tried to understand the payment systems there, the logistics systems in these various countries? That can only be brought by the business development services that will be provided to you. And so we find we have, at times, there are people who know where to get these services. At times, we have people who don't know, but some of them are unable to pay for the services even if they knew where, but they're in business. They're in business, but they are unable to pay. Some of them, they're in business, but they don't know where to get the services. And so I would want to say, those are the various things we want to see, how we work on, and ensure that the various stages of business operations are able to be given appropriate business development services for them to grow.
Okay.
Here, for emphasis, people who are viewing us out there, is that I'm saying that business development services is not the materials you are using in the business, it's not the equipment, it's not the human resource, it's not the money. Because I know at my desk I have a number of people who have come to us to ask, you people, you are in business development, can you give us money to go and do business? In fact, some people have come to us to ask for money to go and do training of others.
Okay.
But we don't have that money. We are not saying we have that money to. This component is not the one to give the money, to give the equipment and the technology. It's only to help you on how to put all these things into use for your business to be efficient, to be competitive, and to be sustainable.
Okay, very interesting. Now, before we go for a break, maybe briefly, if you can break down for us something very, very important, business idea development. What are those few aspects? Because at the end of the day, you did mention partially about it, that someone can copy this idea, and then eventually it will not last. It will not even see maybe a few months ahead. So what are those components or aspects of developing a business idea that will last for some good time?
I want to tell you, the viewers out there, that the very first basic one is, are you solving a problem or meeting a need that somebody is able to pay for?
Okay.
Because you need to look at those ideas and say, yes, am I able to solve something? Every morning before you leave home, maybe you have bathed, therefore there is soap. But after that you will see, if am I solving a problem by manufacturing soap? That person knew that there are people who will be bathing every day, and therefore he had to make soap. If you are saying there is a problem around my community, can you identify it and give a solution to it? If there are people around you and there is something you realize that they need, so you study it, then you look at the resources you are going to put in, and then look at how you are going to operate it. And usually I can give you, to summarize it all, I want to use for letters. There's where I want you to paint a picture of where you want to go. Then that's the first generational point. Paint a picture, I want to get here. And if I want to get here in terms of resources, in terms of my institution, that's, then you see, you generate ideas on how you lay the strategies. How will I get there? Now that's a generation. If you are going to IT, you will ask yourself, yes, where do I want to take this IT? How do I want to get there? What resources do I need? Do I need a skilled person in IT? Or I need just one who knows basic? But that will depend on where you want to take it. Then you allocate resources. Obviously, enterprises out there need to have resources that you need to put in these businesses.
Wow, very interesting. And this is very, very educative. And I hope you also out there are getting something when it comes to business development, services and growth as well. So we are going in for a very short break, and when we return, we shall continue this discussion. We still have quite a lot, but I'm very sure we shall fit in this time to make sure that at least we tackle everything that we have on desk. We'll take a short break.
Issues at hand. This is Church of Uganda Family TV. Enriching lives. regulated by the Uganda Communications Commission. This is Church of Uganda Family TV. Enriching lives. Regulated by the Uganda Communications Commission. Issues at hand. Issues at hand.
Welcome back. You are watching Issues at Hand, and today we are talking about business development services for growth and sustainable enterprises. And yes, Mr. Johnson here, who is the Assistant Commissioner, Training and Business Skills Development at the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives, has been doing us well. He has taken us through a number of sessions. The first one was quite extensive, and we're looking at what the business development services are. And now I think we should head on to the next and see, since he is coming in from the ministry, what the government has done so far to ensure that entrepreneurs get quality business development services.
Thank you, Madam Moderator. Government is meaning well for this economy, and it knows that those enterprises out there, you, the person who is selling things in the market, who is selling at a shop, who is adding value to a product, is very important for the growth of this economy. And you could have known that this country is also planning to grow tenfold in 15 years, using the agro-industrialization, the tourism, minerals, and science and technology. The people out there who are watching us are the ones who will put it into action.
Oh, yeah.
Because of the password, you hear that word ATM. Whenever they say an ATM, it means you're going to withdraw money. But the password to it is a simple thing. We need to increase investment.
Okay.
We need to go into value addition and increase our savings. And the people who are going to do that are the people who are watching us in the various places they are. And so government is saying, yes, for me, as government, I have put it as a pronouncement that this is where I want my economy to go to. This government should lead the people towards that direction. It has put this in the National Development Plan 4. Which is a guide for the development of this country. That is one. Two, from the things I have just said, you realize in every home there should be a way of operation, a guide of how things are, of where you say, yes, in this thing we do like this. So government is coming up with a policy on business development services. Okay. We are trying to finalize with the regulatory impact assessment to see what will be the impact of us coming up either with a policy or an act or a regulation, because there are those things where we can only have guidelines and they are streamlined. There are those where we shall sensitize people and they get streamlined. From what I have said, you have realized that you could have realized that I have gone to a point of saying some people don't know where the services are. So we are increasing awareness. In fact, the reason we are here now is to increase awareness out there that for every business you are doing, you need business development services at the different points of your operations to enable you be sustainable, competitive, and continue growing. Now, there, if I can get away from the policy and the guidelines, by the way, there are even other laws that the government has put in place. But you know, for the entrepreneur out there, they may not want, they are not looking at the laws, they are not reading the books. They want to see the things that are down. So what we are trying to do, we have also set up standards. Because as I've told you, somebody, if I don't know the kind of businesses, development services I want, and somebody, I just pick on somebody to give me, I may take anything. He may give me financial literacy, and I think he has taught me about to manage money. He can do motivational speaking, and I think he has helped me start an idea. And I can start. That is okay. So we are putting in place standards to guide the people who are offering these services, and also to guide on the content of what they will offer. The other thing we are doing is to mobilize the people who are offering business development services, to form associations such that we can build their capacity, we can mobilize them better, we can get to know what they are doing out there and in what spaces they are. Because we want these business development services across the whole country. And so if we want them across the whole country, how do we ensure that we monitor? Because some people may be concentrated in only the cities without going to the certain villages. If there are no people in certain areas, then we would be able to find a way of having these services there. Now, in all this, the ministry and government is also working through the various ministries, departments, and the agencies to ensure that it reaches the ground.
Okay.
For every district, in fact, up to town council level, there is somebody they call a district commercial officer. Or they want, depending on the level they are. At the district, it will be a commercial officer. At the city, it will be a city commercial officer. At a town council, it will be a senior commercial officer. Maybe municipality, a principal commercial officer.
Okay.
This is a person who is sent there to be able to deliver these services to the communities and these enterprises, even to monitor them. Maybe I had not talked about something called the diagnosis or a needs assessment of these enterprises. Most of these businesses need to analyze their needs, understand what do I need at what level. Like I told you, some people, you ask them, they will tell you about money. And you find when he has gotten the money, tomorrow he has failed to pay.
Yeah.
So he needed to have been advised on how to get the money, and yet there are those who will tell you I have failed to access the money. So we are also saying, can these people be guided on how to access the money and then utilize it better, such that they also comply to the conditions of getting this money to them? You know that government has put various monies out there in the economy, but we are also saying this money should be followed with business development services. If you're getting money of partial development model, can you get some kind of training on how you manage your records, on how you are managing, you are selecting enterprises. But the enterprise selection is also key. I saw certain parish where people decided to go for maize. And we were calculating the cost of maize, producing maize in an acre. And yet the leading prices around were, say, about average of 500 shillings per kilo. We realized, with the good agronomical practices, the best would have been, say, 2 tons and above. But these people are getting, say, 1,000 kilograms.
Wow.
And 1,000 kilograms, automatically at 500, you're going to get 500,000. But the cost of managing this acre is up to 700,000, which means automatically as you start, you have the loss of 200, meaning you must be innovative. So the kind of enterprise selection you do out there is also important. So we are guiding these officers of these local governments to be able to go there and advise these people. But also the government ministries that are in this space are also getting out to advise people and train them and offer these business development services. For example, the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives, as I told you at the beginning, through our various departments, we are having an inroad to offer business development services for the various sections. Like I told you, we are looking at even the different value chains. When my colleagues from processing and marketing are going out to train people on to efficiently manage their processing points, to use efficiently the resources, they are offering them a business development service. If we talk about issues of branding and packaging, I know that one I may need to emphasize a bit, that we have a bit of a challenge to access markets because people have not bothered about the way they brand, the way they package their products, and in relation to the quality of the packaging. I know we have been having a challenge of packaging materials, because people at times look for these packaging materials and they fail. They will end up in NASA, get some printing, and they put it on the market, put their product on the market. And we are sure they are trying their bit. But government is also coming in to say, yes, can we have something to guide on packaging, to guide on branding, guide on how they do the market, access the markets, such that we are able to have a growing of the business person down there. But we're also sensitizing people on the issues of certification. We are saying, can people try to ensure that their products are certified, such that we are able to have products that are of good quality. You know, there's a requirement that for every food put on the market must have mandatory certification. But most people, you have seen many things being put on the market, very especially drinks.
Yeah.
The other day was in one of the trading centers I have interest in our village. I found at a shop when one of the bottles was bulging. And when I asked the shopkeeper, he said, those are the best ones which people want. And yet to me, on this side, I'm saying the quality here is not as good. That's why the bottle has bulged. But for her, she was saying,
that is the best.
These people come asking for that one first before they go for the other. So we are saying, can we go out there, advise people to ensure that they have safe and quality food on the markets.
Okay.
And even for those things that can't go to UNBS, by the way, the issue of standards need to be at an individual level. You look at this, I don't know whether you have been at certain stores, produce stores. You go in a produce store, you find somebody has put aluminium sulfate. There's a certain tablet they use to kill to push away the vermins and the pests in the what? Like rats and those insects in the stores. But this thing is very dangerous. You find a woman has put a baby down, but he has also put that tablet below the sack. And in the same place for the whole day.
Wow.
So are you not killing the person? And also going to kill the people that are going to buy these things. So the issue of quality management needs, at different levels, we need to manage it. But it's because most people think that when I sell off things, I have sold it to another person. But I have asked people, how long have you taken without taking posho, for example? Is it a week or two? Which dining room doesn't have something like that? If they will not take posho, you will at least take millet.
Yeah.
Now, the person who is grinding, for him they bring the things. It's you who is delivering the maize, it's you who is delivering the millet. You bring it when it has some molds. For him, he grinds. And the people will eat. Even those who think that they don't have it in their dining rooms, they are having their children going to school. And so, when you go to school, porridge is part of it. So we need to ensure that we manage. Instead of us lamenting later that there is going to be cancer coming out of these things, and yet we are the ones creating it. I was in one of the districts, I found a cassava that is, which has molds. And the woman said that for her, she had rather buy that one, because we stood there for a few minutes and realized most women were asking for that one with molds. Now we got concerned and said, but the molded one would have been wrong. And the other one maybe it would be okay. This person said, if I buy a kilo of this one with molds, I make bigger food for my people than the one that has no molds. And so we tried to show them that these molds are already a sickness. But for them, they were saying, you know, this one is giving me bigger food. I can serve more people than this one. I can tell you that day, most of us who had told the hotel where we were staying to prepare kalo for us, cancelled the orders. Because we knew that's what we are going to get to be treated to. So we think, as a ministry, we are saying, can we get out, guide people on how to manage their standards, guide people on how to manage their businesses, because if we have to get market access, even the one locally here, even the one outside, we need to have that managed. Maybe, Bwana Moderator, another thing that I may need to add very fast is that we are advising people. You know, there's this saying that if you want to go very fast, go alone. If you want to go very far, go with others. So for those who can go to Uganda Registration Services Bureau. We advise them to go and register with URSB. But when you can't do that and you can mobilize your colleagues to work together, you form a cooperative. And then when you form a cooperative, we can be able to leverage on the quantities that the market wants.
Yes.
We can control the quality that the market wants. I can give you an example. For example, our brothers in the Western Bit, in the milk producing areas, when you bring the milk at the cooperative level, they will refuse it if you have added water. Or if you treated the cow in the morning and you again milked it, they will know it, and then they will refuse. Which means the members will bring only quality milk.
Yeah.
And therefore, if you have followed, you will realize that the price of milk in that area has not dropped so much over some years now. And yet previously, it's not that the quantities have reduced, the quantities of production have reduced so much. No. But it's because people have maintained. If somebody comes from Kampala with a truck, comes and picks the milk, it will be all the same quality.
Wow.
But if you bring poor milk, you buy. But you will see in the other sectors, like in the grain sector, if I come and say, everybody bring your beans, whether cleaned or not, I pick them. Even for maize, I pick. Whether with higher moisture content, I bring. By the time I reach Kampala, the moisture content will have affected everything else. Now, do you know what they do? They put at the store, pour it on taplins, call women, because I have seen it's mainly women. It's not that I'm gender insensitive, but it's mainly, they normally put women to do sorting at those stores. But that's a process we would have controlled from the other side. So we are trying to advise the people who are buying. Can you give good price for quality things? Then the suppliers will give you quality things. But if you give the same price for quality and non-quality things, then the prices will be low, the incomes of the local people will be low, but the effect on the economy will be low, because when we are trying to export these things, they will refuse them.
Yes.
They will not be able to buy our things. So we are expanding to all that. So as a ministry, and even we are coordinating with our various other ministries, Ministry of Agriculture, because most of the things are agriculture based in this country, Ministry of Gender, which is dealing mainly with the women and the youth. We are trying to say, when they are talking to the youth, when they are talking to the women, they must bring the enterprise idea into their minds.
Yes.
The idea generation. How can we put on that thinking cap of saying, yes, as a woman, I can be able to do this enterprise, do this trade. As a young person, which kind of trading can I enter? One time that has reminded me when I was talking to some boys from the ghetto. When I told them what a business is and that they should solve a problem, then later I asked them, okay, what kind of enterprises are you going to start? One said, I'm going to start the issue of chips. Another one said the chapati chikomando, because we calculated even what it is involved. And then I asked them, what will you be solving? There are many young people in our place who are not married. Therefore, in the evening, they don't cook in their homes. Therefore, I will solve that problem. But as these two told me that, the third one said, you people temwezara wa omumenyi wa motoka tasola njala. Then the fourth one said, omutunzi wa mmira takola ki tasola njala. And do you know what he told me when I asked them, what solution are you providing to the economy on that? Obviously, the one who said mumenyi wa motoka did not give us a solution, because he was only blaming others that he's just getting what to eat. This one told me that the mirror that I buy at 1,500, I sell at 4,000. Which means, didn't you say that you must get more profit from something in order for it to be business? I said yes, but I'm asking, what is the solution? That I solve stress. You see, the kind of the thing, you are saying you are solving a problem. So I brought that, so that whoever is listening to me there, come to realize that we are not talking about everything, whether legal or illegal. Because when you are saying you are solving stress and somebody is having a tune of the mind that is getting to another direction, then you are causing a problem, even when you are making money out of this enterprise. So we want to see how we promote enterprises that are earning money, but they are legal, safe for the communities we are in. By the way, coming from the Ministry of Trade, I can still tell you that the trade issues that we have just been talking about are security issues.
Okay.
When people are trading properly, there will never be security problems. If the people are trading properly and getting money, there will be no gender violence in the homes. So the homes will be settled. And you know our community has got that problem. A child who is waking up, running up to just walking around, the mother is staying doing nothing, or maybe just waiting on. The father is also waking up to do things that maybe, and you know, men are, again, the other laboratory I talked about. For him, when things are doing well, you will see him happy. When things are bad, you will see him with a folded face. And also the belts will be turning to become smaller. Now, but if you are doing businesses, enterprises that are growing, enterprises that are sustainable, you will not have gender-based violence in homes, you will not have insecurity issues, you will have people who are happy, including when people go to church. They should have something to put in the basket. And you say yes. By the way, as I say that, would want to mobilize also the faith institutions.
Yes.
I know as of now, a number of them have decided to form circles. But circles, as I told you, it's about money, savings and credit.
Yeah.
That's what they have started with, the majority of them. But I know there's one church I go to, they have also they have gone beyond savings and credit. They are trying to find a way how the members can access housing.
Okay.
They buy land, partition it, and give and lend people money to buy, or those who can buy outright, they buy those plots, such as they're in organized places. So we are saying, as a Minister of Trade, all the interventions we are having have impact on our health, on our stay, on our community development. But when the community is well, it has the power to support the enterprises to grow. That's why we had the topic was BDS for growth, sustainability and competitiveness of the enterprises. If people are not having the capacity to buy your things, you can't be sustainable. So that's why we are saying, can we have all this worked on together to be able to get to that direction?
Wow, very interesting and impactful. Unfortunately, it is time that is cutting us short, and I would request that because I understand you need implementers on grounds for such endeavors. So local government is also partially involved, because that is now the local community which we at largely serve. So as we wind up, and briefly in a few seconds, you can tell us how you expect the local government to support, and also give us your last remarks.
Okay, thank you very much. One, the local governments through the commercial officers, we are using them as focal. I had just indicated that they can mobilize people around that level to offer these kind of things we are talking about at the national level. But we also, they need the support of the various other colleagues in the local governments. But at that level, that's where even the NGOs operate. So we'd want them to also mobilize those NGOs who are offering BDS to know where to get the right BDS and how to offer it with the content we shall do. Now, I can't get out of here without saying that I come from the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives, which is at Farmers House, Parliamentary Avenue. And for all the other things I have been talking about, we have the different officers in that place that can be able to support and give more information and guide. We're even asking the local governments to begin having maybe sessions every other time. Today, by the way, as my parting shot, well, I've talked about the general things around business development services. Maybe the next time you invite me here, or the next time you meet me somewhere else, we might be discussing specific topical issues within the BDS. If it's about export, we talk about specifically BDS for export. If it's about certification, we talk about BDS for certification. All those various kinds, we can break them down such that the entrepreneur out there gets a bit of what fits to them. And I can say, I can conclude and say, BDS is the lifeblood of the enterprise development for sustainability and competitiveness. I thank you for hosting me.
Thank you so much, Mr. Johnson. It has been a pleasure indeed for having you and also sharing this vital information to us. And I believe for the entrepreneur out there, you have managed to grasp yourself something in regards to BDS, or business development services, and of course for growth and sustainability. And that is a very great one. And I assure you that if you continue or if you put into practice what we've discussed here, something could change in regards to your businesses or whatever you are doing out there. So thank you so much for joining us this morning. My name is Luke Majuba Alinaitwe. I just want to wish you a lovely day ahead.
Issues at hand.